Okay, so I am leaving by Pam to go home. I had to come down here to fix these kids. Actually, not fix. She ordered Alyssa a new laptop, and I ordered Ethan a new laptop for school because the older laptop that she had, this guy is coming out here grabbing his crotch. Up the camera around. You know, look at him. Right? Yeah, looking at the garbage. I know you're garbage. They're garbage. They're trash. They're trash. So, oh, look at her trying to open the window. See? That's what I'm talking about. How did this do? He grabs his crotch, looks at the garbage, and then she opens up her window. Right? See this subliminal message played out? Okay, let me fix this. Right? So, alright, she knows. Look. Yeah. They said they can't use police sirens or fire trucks. They're going to use car alarms. Right? I just walked by the car too, and they set off their car alarm. Right? Alright, so anyway, as I was saying, so I ordered a laptop for Ethan, and they said it was delivered today, but of course they didn't deliver it because they're back on this nonsense again with my deliveries and packages. So I had to call Amazon because they said that they put it in a secure place. And again, all of this is set up because, again, what they're trying to say or do it before, again, it's nothing new. I've already experienced it. Yeah, so I'll call and they'll be like, well, we'll have to open up an investigation. You know? My mask is falling down. I'm talking. Alright, let me just say this down there. Okay, so again, this is what they do, right? So I'll call Amazon about a missing package that wasn't delivered. Oh, look at the fire. Oh man, look at the fire truck. See? So there you go. They're up on this spot. So usually, let me see, they usually be parked up down there, okay, with their lights flashing, but again, they come down here without no sirens on. So you see? All right, so anyway, you know, just to show you guys how these things are played out, right? And what it is that they're doing, all right? And the type of subliminal message they love to send, and how they do it. So they will basically not deliver your package or steal your package, okay? And then you'll call about a missing package, okay? And then it's like, oh, we have to send it. We have to call. Amazon was like, this is the first time they ever said that to me. They were like, well, we have to contact our specialist department, who was going to open up an investigation and give you a call. And I'm like, when did Amazon start using such language? As many times as they have delayed my package, stolen my package, damaged my packages, didn't even send my packages, right? Whenever I call, they have never used those sort of language. Now, usually if I call, you know, like FedEx or UPS about package being not delivered, they'll usually say these things, right? But Amazon have never said these things to customer service. So again, you know, they'll do this stuff to give you this false impression about an investigation being opened up against you as a TI. And whether an investigation is true or not, or is real or not, we do know as TIs, and not just as TIs, but how they use bogus investigations, okay? They use bogus investigations to keep people under surveillance, to watch people, right? And getting the community involved in targeting people by labeling people, okay? So, again, this is nothing new. And it's funny because I was talking to Pamela today, and I guess, like I said, after I talked to her, I did a video earlier. They started with the sirens, and when I was at her house, there have been sirens going off all night. Okay, I mean not all night, but from the time I was there. All right. So, you know, this is what they're doing. Okay. This is again, this is what they're doing. Okay? And now they come up with the loud music. Okay? So, yeah. Like I said, there are times when they'll try to manipulate me into staying at Pamela's house. And then there are times when they'll try to manipulate me into staying at my house. Because they'll do whatever they have to do in order to benefit them. Okay? So if I'm staying over here at Pam's house, which I haven't been over here, just been visiting, right? It becomes a problem. Guy, and if I stay at my house, right, and they start targeting me heavily, then it's a problem me being at my house. So it's to cause the TI to be confused, to don't know which way, to have this sort of belief of going back and forth, and I'm not doing that. Okay, I've spent too many years doing that, right? But once you get to understand that the psychological manipulation and psychological programming, this is what they would do, okay? And particularly at times when I feel like they're trying to protect Pamela because they've manipulated her, right? And trying to use her against me, okay? And also threatening my kids. Because there are times when she's targeting me, and if I target her back, she start looking at my kids, either my daughter or my son. Now I know she don't want to harm them, so I know she probably sent me a message that if she doesn't go along with their programming, then they're going to target my kids. Okay? Just even tonight, when she came to pick me up and we went to the babysitter, her cousins, her cousin and her boyfriend sent my son and daughter downstairs with pencils in their hair. Pencils in the hair, who does that, right? You know what I'm saying? So, again, this is what they try to do. And then try to prevent me from coming to visit my kids, right? Because, again, they want to create a false narrative. And, again, we as black people have to understand that this is not just happening to me. It may happen to me directly in a way that it gets other black people involved. But this is how they break up our families and our relationships. Okay, if you listen to Dr. Claude Anderson, he talks about this. How they made a conscious effort to separate black families. Okay? Black husband and wives. Black family structure. Because they know that when black people have a strong family structure, that strengthens black people as a nation. They know this. And they don't want to do this. And yet these little idiots you see going back and forth, whether they're old or young, okay, don't even understand that. Okay? Because when you look at what's happened to black people in this country, all of the worst things is happening to us. Was, is, and will be. If we don't get it together. If we stop following these idiotic religion, for one, okay? And then two, unite with each other. Put our blackness first. Okay? Every other group does that. Caucasian people put their whiteness first. They could be from France, they could be from Italy, they can be from, Russia, Yugoslavia, wherever, right? Spain, okay? They put their whiteness first, even above the religion, right? Because they know white supremacy is their religion, not the religion, the Christianity or Islam, whatever. White supremacy is their religion, okay? That's their true religion, right? And as Bob Marley says, they are the vampires that suck in the blood of the sufferers, right? Sucking the money out of the sufferers, even poor people, right? Across this country, in townships, who are being systematically selected, targeted for extortion. How they do it through the court system, to the bonds bail system. Well, we don't understand that. But we're so busy in the church every Sunday praising a God that don't give a shit about you because he doesn't fucking exist. And we don't even realize this shit. But they got us so conditioned and so brainwashed, okay, that they could put us in a pile of shit and we talk about it smells sweet because it's covered in the blood of Jesus. Like, get the hell out of here with that nonsense. And they want to look at African spirituality and talk about witchcraft and all that stuff. They don't even understand the hypocrisy within their own mind. And I'm not saying this to, to hurt anybody, but it's the truth. And I know y'all don't think it's the truth, especially y'all religious people, but it's the truth. And if you read the history, you understand it's the truth, but y'all don't want to read nothing. Okay, y'all want to read that book. And if you read that book, I doubt you even read the entire book and comprehend it. I have many times. Okay? I have so many Bibles besides the so-called Christian Bible. Okay? These people won't even pick up a book to even research where their shit come from that they believe in. They can't even see the hypocrisy of it. And that's the sad part. You know? There's a saying that says that my people suffer from a lack of knowledge or something like that. My people suffer because they have a lack of knowledge and lack of who they are. And it's true. It's true. You know? But anyway, as I was saying. So, alright, so every time they, Pam calls me, they'll do the siren, or I call her do the siren. Then you see these two white guys just came up from behind me. One going over there, one going that way. They both stop and I turn around. And they both start walking in different directions. And also, tonight, when she was driving, all these gray cars popped up. I see another one too. So, here's the thing also I forgot to mention. And is that they were using gray vehicles, right? And then also, they will, in between the gray vehicles, there'll be another car with the license plate number 32 on it, right? So that's called conditioning, anchors, and triggering. You're right, trying to what they say, because what they do is that they can create anchors and triggers, and then also they can attach new triggers and new anchors to something else, right? So this is what they were trying to do today. I remember I used to see a whole bunch of police car and then followed by license plate number 32 on it. And they were trying to make some connection between number 32 and the police, right? Just like how they were doing it with the number 32 on cars that were blue, right? And now they're doing it with gray cars number 32. So I did a video when I was standing in the exact spot waiting for buses, and all I can see was just these dollar cabs, right? All the dollar cabs that was driving by, honking their horns for me to get in, were all gray, right? So, but once you start to recognize these things, see, when you don't recognize it, they condition you, right? And it's something that's called involuntary, right? Right? So when they target you like this, okay, it is non-consensual. Without your consent, it is involuntary. And they know this, okay? And what they've been trying to do, because of the psychological damage that they caused me, and even if I'm over by Pam and we're cool or heavy, it doesn't mean that it didn't cause me psychological damage, okay? I'm not going to hate her. She's the mother of my kids. And no matter as much as they try to make me hate her or despise her or what have you, such, that's not going to happen. You know, I'll despise these other motherfuckers out here, and I hate them, but I ain't gonna hate her. They may get her to hate me, but that's okay. All right, because for me, I'll be the bigger person, because as long as she's okay, I know my kids will be okay, mentally, physically, financially. You know what I'm saying? So I'm putting my kids first. Now, do I still love her? Yeah, but I know that the way things are right now, we can't be together. Okay? On top of that, her refusal to even deal with her own issues. Right? And that's a no-no for me, because if you don't deal with your issues, you're going to repeat the same thing over and over. It doesn't matter if you get into a new relationship. The same thing is going to happen. You have to fix what's in you first. Okay? And trying to get her to recognize how they are programming her, it's a difficult thing. But I begin to recognize how they're programming me. I've been able to recognize it, but now I'm at a point where I can see how they're trying to attach certain things and apply certain methods that I've developed to detach it, to uncouple, right? To uncouple the condition response, right? And the condition stimuli, okay? And how to identify the unconditioned stimuli and the conditioned response, okay? So they're gonna run around here because this is what they do, right? It'll tell you persuasion, coercive persuasion program, how they try to that's the word I'm looking for. How they try to do things so that they will not be held responsible for what they've done. And let's face it, people that do things like this are never held responsible anyway, right? And this is something that they try to tell other people because they want other people to feel guiltless about the evil that they have them committing, okay? It is all to play on their conscience, right? Because one thing with religious people that we know, and they know this too, is that religious people, they believe in karma. They believe in that if they do something evil to you, you must forgive them in order for them to feel like they're okay. So they understand these people's belief system. They understand their mentality, and that's how they're able to manipulate them and use them. But they don't even understand it. Okay? And then, again, when it comes to black people, again, it's not hatred towards white people, but I understand that when it comes to black people, right, that we've been conditioned to look at white people as our savior, and it's a deep, deep psychological conditioning that's taking place. Okay? Deep, deep, deep. I see it with Pam. Okay? When she does something, she was talking about, I always try to be fair. But sometimes she don't really try to be fair. She try to be fair when it benefits her. But if it doesn't benefit her, she don't think of it as fair. Okay? I'm a different person. If I do something for you, I do it because I care and I love you. It isn't because I'm trying to seek some balance or seek some fairness. That's who I am. Okay? But what I do have to learn to do is to not be kind and not be generous to everybody. Because not everybody's going to be generous and kind to you. And I've experienced that. Okay? But they try to keep you in that box so that, you become a doormat, right? So they can step all over you and walk all over you. Right? That's why they don't want you fighting back. Right? Because when you fight back, it says that you caused me psychological damage, psychological harm, and then they feel bad. They don't want to feel bad. They want to be able to target you and do evil against you, and you're supposed to accept it like you deserve it. Right? And when you have, what saddens me, you have Jewish people participating in this, black people participating in this, okay? Two groups of people who have been systematically targeted for extermination, okay? I mean, they probably get I ain't gonna say nothing because next thing you know, tomorrow I'm gonna see some Native Americans targeting me, because that's how they work, because I know who they are, and that's what they'll do, right? So, like I said, when I see black people and Jewish people, the two groups who've been selected systematically for extermination, right, participating in this, it shows me how much control they have over people's mentality. It shows me how powerful their programming is. It shows me how detrimental their beliefs are, their conditioning are. And then with the advent of these technologies like silent sound spectrum, being able to microwave people, to control them, it's a whole different ballgame. And a lot of these conscious people talk about, they don't know crap. The next world war is not going to be with guns and bombs. Okay? They have developed quiet weapons, silent weapons for quiet wars. Okay? They have developed it. They've been developing. It's funny. These clowns. And they're walking like, they're like, oh yeah, we got, look at them. They're like, they're walking with such confidence, like, they're like, yeah, they're walking with such confidence. Look at them. Again, it's a false sense of confidence that is built into their psyche. Okay, that's what they've been led to believe. But they're idiots. And he wiping his thing on like his eyes like he's crying. So anyway, so I left Pam tonight and she was like, bye. Again, and I was like, these people, I'm like, they never stop. They never stop. They never stop. And when I call them out and identify their tactics, they're like, oh yeah, because they're not able to affect me how they used to. So somehow they feel that, that I'm okay, I'm such and such. But you see me, I don't talk to anybody because I don't trust anybody. You see me, I don't hold conversations. I don't even, people try to come talk to me. What I do, I move away and such, right? So regardless of whether I'm friendly to Pam or not, and they basically trying to use that gear stick that, so they'll have her do things like, she come in the house. Remember one time she come in the house and, she gave me a kiss and her mouth feel very sticky, and I was like, what the hell, you know what I'm saying? I remember my brother telling me that, this ex-girlfriend he had, she was his girlfriend at the time. She came in the house, gave him a kiss, and he was like, when she kissed him, her mouth smelled like she was having oral sex, and then came and kissed him. So again, their tactics have already been played out, right? And they did this to cause me to get angry and upset at Pam and possibly even hurt her, which I wouldn't do, but they do extreme stuff like that to get an extreme response out of the TI, to be violent, to be physical with other people. And we have to understand that and recognize that. Okay, I'm calling out everything that they do because I want people to learn and understand this is what they do. This is not just for me. Okay, this is a blueprint and how you counter some of the stuff that they're doing and let you know what it is that they're doing. One of the purpose for me to take in psychology this semester was to get a better understanding. Okay, because one thing I know is that when things are being done to you that you have that you did not give your consent to, which you had no control over, okay, and people are either trying to manipulate you, they try to use you in any way that they can because they're just purely evil and they're following the directions of Machiavellian type personalities who are in law enforcement, okay, psychopaths, murderers who are in law enforcement, right? And attack a person, whether it be because they fear that person or whether it be because they're afraid that that person might awaken other people to their bullshit and to their and to what is going on. They will villainize that person, set that person up any way that they can. And these, sheeps, I should say, they act as if, they're so righteous and they're so cool, right? Because they know how to manipulate them. They make it into a game. They make it into a game to try to manipulate them. Okay? And I guess tonight I'm waiting for a bus. And it's not that late. It's not that late. I actually left the house, Pam's house, after 9 o'clock. Alright? So buses should have come already. But, nope, no buses. I wonder why. Okay, so again, let's show you guys how they're targeting me. It is what, 23 minutes. I've been out here for about 35 minutes already. Okay, that's to tell you what's being done. All right, that's to tell you what's being done. All right, so well, that's it for the video. I will see you guys on the next one. I'm sure there'll be a next one because I'm sure they're not going to stop, and we'll continue to I'll continue to expose what it is that they're doing, without a doubt.